I said what I said. Hi guys, it's me, Essie Magic, and today's video is gonna be a lot of fun. So recently I started watching The Real Housewives, different series. So far I've watched some of the Atlanta series, the New York series, and the Beverly Hills series, and I've started watching a tiny bit of the New Jersey series. And one thing I find about these shows is that there are some really funny life lessons that can apply to real life for us people who are not on The Real Housewives. So that's what today's video is gonna be about. Full disclaimer, I haven't seen every single series in the franchise, so this video only has life lessons from the ones I've seen. Before we get into all of the life lessons, I do want to remind you that I release videos every Thursday and Saturday. That's Thursday and Saturday. So make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on new videos that come out. Hit the notification bell as well, because apparently you need to have that also on to get the notifications. Yeah, with that being said, let's get into these life lessons. And I should remind you that these are in no particular order. So the first lesson is that if you and any of your siblings have disputes over property or assets, that stuff is gonna come right back and bite you in the butt. Evidence of this is seen in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 1 when Kim says,
"You stole my goddamn house!
"You stole my goddamn house!" One of the classic moments from that season. She says it in the limo to her sister Kyle, who is arguing with her in this limo, and then she calls her an alcoholic and all this stuff. But one of the lines that just stood out from that season was that, "You stole my goddamn house." It was just so funny. So yeah, and apparently that's because when their parents or their mother died, there was a house that their mother left for the three of them, and then Kyle bought them out, but she didn't give as much money as they wanted or something like that, and so she said that she stole her house or something like that. So that was really funny. Note to self, always resolve those issues with your siblings, otherwise you never know when it's gonna come out and someone's gonna yell at you that you stole their house. So the next life lesson is to never ever say that somebody else, unless it's true of course, but if you've heard a rumor or it's just repeating what someone else said, never ever say that somebody else has a sex dungeon in their basement and wants to drug people. Because that is what happened in season 9 of Real Housewives of Atlanta when Phaedra said that Kandi wanted to drug Portia, and it was this big drama.
Y'all accuse me of being a fucking rapist!
And you would think this would be common sense, that you shouldn't accuse somebody of drugging someone unless you know 100% sure. But for some reason for Phaedra, it just wasn't. And to make matters worse, she even got fired from the show for it. So yeah, if you don't want to lose your job, you don't want to get in a huge argument with people, you don't want to get sued or a cease and desist, don't do that. The next life lesson comes from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 7 when Lisa Rinna gave a bunny to Kim. The lesson is never ever give a gift to your enemy. Otherwise you might end up like Lisa Rinna, who ended up embarrassed because Kim brought this bunny to the reunion and gave it right back to her.
I think what I should do is give it to you.
And it was a bunny that Lisa had given Kim for Kim's grandchild that was being born. It was like a little stuffed bunny, and she never ever gave it to her daughter when the baby was born, and then kept it just to put it right back in Lisa's face at the reunion. And it made Lisa cry at the reunion. So if you don't want to cry, don't do that. Just try to make up with your enemies first before giving them a gift, or just don't give them a gift at all until you're completely in the clear. The next life lesson is that if you are the other woman in a situation where a man is married, that stuff will always be ragged on. It doesn't matter that we're in 2019, it doesn't matter, whatever. People will always rag on you if you are the other woman or date married men. Hence why Nene Leakes told Kim Zolciak in season 1, close your legs to married men.
Close your legs to married men. Close your legs to married men. You heard me? Close your legs to married men.
Definitely one of the iconic quotes from the show, and it was just so funny because it became a meme and a gif, and everyone's, you know, used it for other jokes and stuff. Note to self that if you are the other woman, you're still gonna be ragged on it. If you're okay with that, go for it. Okay, no, don't go for it, because I don't want it to be like I'm encouraging people to do that, but you do you, boo. You do your thing, and then wait for Nene Leakes to tell you to close your legs. The next life lesson is don't be too drunk past your bedtime. So this was a lesson learned in season 3 of the New York season when Bethany told Kelly, go to sleep, is exactly what she said in that exact voice. She was literally like, go to sleep!
Go to sleep! Go to sleep! You're crazy! Go to sleep!
And it was because Kelly was drunk and saying all sorts of weird things, and so Bethany couldn't take it anymore and told her to take her butt to bed. So if you don't want to get shouted at to just go to sleep, try not to be too crazy drunk when it's past your bedtime. The next life lesson that we've learned from the Real Housewives is to be cool. Don't be all like uncool.
Be cool. Don't be all like uncool.
This came from the Countess in season 7 of Real Housewives of New York, who was kind of not lecturing, but Heather was being uptight about some naked man upstairs, and the Countess was trying to tell everybody to let loose. And so the whole quote of be cool, don't be all like uncool came from that moment, and the Countess has been remembered for it ever since. So note to self, if you're gonna freak out over a naked man upstairs in your vacation home, make sure you keep it cool. Just like, don't be all uncool. The next life lesson is that if you say something, it's okay to say it and not regret it. Just like Nene Leakes said, I said what I said.
I said what I said.
That was what she said. And she said what she said. And she did not regret it, did not want to apologize. This was in season 6 of the Atlanta Housewives, and it was just really funny because that one quote has become a meme where it's just anytime someone says something and someone argues, like on social media, somebody will just put the meme that's like, I said what I said. And she was just not unapologetic, and you know what? It's okay sometimes to say things and mean them. It's okay to say what you say and mean what you say, and said what you said. Okay, you get my point. That is a life lesson from Nene Leakes, and yeah, you don't have to be apologetic for things. If you mean it and you don't regret it, it's okay. The next thing that I've learned from watching The Real Housewives, and this one doesn't apply to any particular season, it's kind of a general thing, it is to always have wine available and also have the right glass available. Because if you serve wine in the wrong glass, you will have someone like Dorit tell you that the glass is wrong.
The fact that I know a wine glass other than a champagne glass is etiquette.
And that's one thing that you'll notice about the Housewives is that they constantly say they want a Chardonnay to drink. Or if you're Ramona from the New York series, you say you want a Pinot Grigio and you freak out if you don't get a Pinot Grigio. Or you want a rosé like Lisa Vanderpump and some of the other women that I don't remember. Pretty much these ladies freak out if they don't have wine. So if you're gonna be hosting people at your place or your pool house or your apartment, wherever. Ladies, always have some wine because some women will get really upset if you don't. And do not serve wine in a champagne glass or champagne in a wine glass. The next life lesson is one that I really like actually, because essentially you can still be a pop star at age 50, which is what we've learned from Erika Jayne on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Isn't that gonna be great?
Okay, she's not actually 50, she's like younger than that, or she started younger than that. But anyway, the point is if you want to be a pop star way past the typical expiry date of a pop star, all you gotta do is marry someone rich so that all your bills are paid and you don't have to worry about anything else that, you know, would stop you from being a pop star. And then you can just spend your free time making music and making exotic music videos and, you know, being this alter ego at age 50. Okay, I'll stop saying age 50. She's like 40 something. But that is the point. And you know what? Good on her. Good on Erika Jayne for living out her dreams despite being much older than the typical pop star. The next life lesson that we've learned from the Real Housewives is to never speak in someone's face with a megaphone.
You are a dumb hoe. Shut up.
This happened in season 6 of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it showed that speaking in someone's face with a megaphone is the quickest way to get your hair pulled, your wig snatched, or just flat out attacked by another woman or person. This is exactly what happened to Kenya Moore, who spoke in Porsha's face with a megaphone, and she was like, "You dumb hoe," or something like that. And then Porsha just lost it, grabbed that hair, dragged Kenya to the floor, and there was the lesson we all learned. Don't do that, people. Do not do that. And the last life lesson that we learned from watching The Real Housewives is, should we give a drum roll? I think we should. Drum roll. Brr. If you ever want to clear out a room, just throw a prosthetic leg on a table.
The only thing that is artificial or fake about me.
This is what happened in season 6 when Aviva Drescher took off her prosthetic leg and just threw it right on the table, right where everyone was eating in the middle of a party, and everyone just cleared the room. Literally, it's like the prosthetic leg was some sort of disease or something, the way everyone just ran out of there. So that's a lesson that we've all now learned. I don't know where you could get a prosthetic leg from unless you obviously use one, but it might be something that's handy to have in your purse if you ever want to clear out a room real quick. So that's it for my life lessons that we've learned from the Real Housewives series. As I stated from the beginning, this just covered the ones that I've seen. If you have any fun life lessons to add to the list, please let me know in the comment below. I would love to hear some of these moments, and I will of course go find the clip so I can laugh at it along with you. And as a reminder, make sure you subscribe because I release videos every Thursday and Saturday. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on these videos. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. That way I know that you enjoyed this video. With that being said, keep being magic. Bye!